Hey, good morning, guys. It is a Thursday, and today I am coming to you with a fiction fake book all about chickens. Yes, they do make those as well. And so today, my loves, I am going to read to you Chickens, Chickens. Now, one thing that I love about this book is the fact that it is not a drawing, it is a painting as the illustrations. And so it is so amazing to me how illustrators can use all different forms of mediums in order to make their books look amazing to match the author's pictures. So guys, today we are going to read Chickens, Chickens. The story is by Barbara Ann Porte and the paintings are by Greg Henry. Here we go. Chickens, Chickens. Who knew that such a book would be so fabulous? Here we go. There once was a man who drew chickens. Chickens, chickens, nothing but chickens. Here we go. I'm going to move this just a smidgen so that way you can see everything. There we go. He drew big chickens and little chickens, fat chickens and thin chickens, red chickens and blue chickens. Sometimes he drew chickens that stood on one leg. He drew chickens in the sunshine and chickens in the rain, chickens on rooftops and chickens pecking grain. That man drew chickens. Look how beautiful those illustrations are. Oh my goodness. Maybe during your week, you can draw some colorful chickens too. Chickens, chickens, nothing but chickens. Why do you always draw chickens, the people all said. Ah, said the man, don't you see? It's because I live on a chicken farm. Everywhere I look, all I see are chickens. Chickens, chickens, nothing but chickens. Well, he was talking to country people. Everywhere they looked, they saw chickens too. They didn't need to buy his pictures. So he lives in the country and all he sees are chickens. The people around him live in the country too, and all they see are chickens. After some time passed, the man moved to the city, seeking his fortune. City sights dazzled his eyes. Now he saw everything except chickens. There were no chickens in the city. Instead, he saw tall office buildings and apartment houses, paved streets and curbed sidewalks, people rushing, trucks and buses, cars and taxi cabs, traffic jams at every corner. He saw police walking beats, twirling nightsticks. He saw fire engines and ambulances, though sometimes he only heard their sirens shrieking. He saw dogs chasing cats and cats chasing mice, and pigeons flying everywhere. Even at night, the city was filled with bright lights. Look at those illustrations, guys. That just, to me, it just is so pretty. So much commotion that the man thought, and he kept on drawing. But what do you think that man drew now? He still drew chickens. Chickens, chickens, nothing but chickens. But he could tell just by looking, these chickens were city birds. He drew chickens on elevators and chickens driving taxi cabs. He drew chickens riding school buses, carrying lunch pails and book bags. Look at that, those chickens might be coming to school. Chickens, chickens, nothing but chickens. Why do you always draw chickens? The people all said. Ah, said the man, can't you tell? It's because I love drawing chickens the best. Plus, I miss them. Well, he was talking to city people. What do they know about chickens, except that chickens belong on a farm? They didn't want to buy his city chicken pictures. After some more time passed, that man had a bit of good luck. He met a woman who ran a little shop in the city. She sold art and art supplies. They fell in love at first sight. I really like your pictures, the woman told the man. You do? Said the man. In almost no time, they were married. They had children. The woman gave up her shop. They moved to the farm. Country air is so much better for the children, the man told his wife. Also, now that they had a growing family, he had to earn a living sufficient to feed them. Fortunately, except for Sundays, they could do without shoes in the country. They raised chickens. The woman helped with the work and collecting eggs, and so did all the children. It is a hard job running a chicken farm. I can only imagine. I've never ran a chicken farm, but I'm sure it is. The man still had time to keep up on his drawings. So what do you think the man drew now? He still drew chickens. Chickens, chickens, nothing but chickens. But you could tell just by looking, these chickens were pets. Do you have a pet chicken? I have a kiddo named Ronan, and he has some chickens at his house, and I bet they're kind of like pets. But you could just tell by looking, these chickens were pets. They were part of the family. He drew chickens watching babies, and babies watching chickens. Chickens chasing children, and children chasing chickens. He drew one picture of a chicken in the kitchen, sashaying with his wife. Chickens, chickens, nothing but chickens. What can we do with so many pictures, thought the woman. They were out of storage space entirely. Her own clothes were hanging in the bathroom. Then she had an idea. Now, sweet loves, this is where I'm going to pause. What do you think she is going to do? This is going to be a prediction. Now, a prediction can be true or it can be wrong, and that's okay because you may not have ever heard this story before. So a prediction is a guess. What do you think her idea is? I want you to turn and talk to someone. Tell someone what you think the wife is going to do with all of those pictures. Go ahead. Go ahead, take a drink of my coffee. Go ahead, check on the Roxy's. She's still right there. What do you think she's going to do? All right, turn back to me. Let's see if your prediction was correct. Let's see. First, she carefully arranged the pictures on the wall. Next, she went to work on a pillowcase. Well, she had to do something too with all those loose chicken feathers and so much down. Down is the very, very soft, fluffy feathers. She traced the man's chicken pictures onto the outside of the cases and colored them in. She stuffed the cases with feathers and down. Then she made price tags. When she was all finished, she put up a sign. Chickens, chickens, nothing but chickens. Pictures and pillows, country style. Finally, she wrote to all her friends and relatives and also to all her old customers in the city. Please come, it's a grand opening. I've got a new store. Oh man, was your prediction correct? If it was, nice job. If not, that is perfectly fine. It's a prediction, it's a guess. Everyone came. Fantastic, they said, genuine folk art. Now, folk art is a kind of art that you get with little pockets of people. It kind of tells a story about the way that people live and how they were, like some of the things of the time, like if it was a hard time in their family, or if they were, it tells that story that someone is living through at that point in time. So you can tell that this family, this folk art, is living through some chickens. Fantastic, they said, genuine folk art. They bought the pictures and pillows and carried them back to the city. They showed them to family and friends. Word spread far and near, and people came from everywhere to buy pictures and pillows, pillows and pictures. The man and the woman grew famous. They got rich. Now they didn't have to sell eggs anymore. They just sold pictures and pillows, pillows and pictures. I guess having all those chickens was not a bad idea. Well, they still keep chickens around. For drawing, said the man. On account of feathers and down, said the woman. Only the children, as they grew up, sometimes complained. Chickens, chickens, nothing but chickens. It's embarrassing, they said. They meant when friends came to visit. They were always tripping over chickens in the yard. Hush, said their mother. It's been a good living. Haven't they kept you in Sunday shoes all these years? And anyway, your father likes chickens. She herself had never cared that much for poultry, but since the day that she first met him, she dearly loved the man. Also, she still admired his drawings. Admired is another word for she liked them. She thought that they were beautiful. She enjoyed them greatly. The husband overheard her speaking to the children. He smiled to himself and began a new picture. When he was finished, he gave it to his wife. It was a portrait of her in full color. Not a single chicken was in it. She hung it on the bedroom wall. It wasn't for sale. I love you, said the man. Well, of course you do, said the woman. I love you too. Then she gave him a quick hug and a kiss and went back to work. When you're running a business, there's always something to do. Do you want to know how this story ends? The man and the woman lived happily ever after, or at least for a long time to come. So far as I know, so did the chickens. But we know that chickens live around 7 years. Only the children left home. Sufficiently grown, they moved to the city, seeking their fortunes. The end. Now, dear ones, maybe you have something at your house that you have a lot of, and maybe you can make your own kind of folk art. That means that you can use the same pattern that the man did in the story, or you can draw a story of what you are going through right now. A lot of us have to stay at home, so maybe you want to draw some pictures about what you are doing at your home or how you are feeling at your home. That's actually a really good way to get your feelings going. Now, sweet loves, I hope that you enjoyed this. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow as we finish up our week of chickens. And I will be back with a brand new story. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.